when you start to be a K-9 unit as well, right?
I am, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So, look, you go to the field force team, you're going to SWAT, you're going to energetic breaching, you're doing the waterborne. Why do you want to become a K-9 unit?
Okay, so that's interesting. So SWAT was great. I still was on SWAT. But the thing about SWAT was it was an on-call basis. Like, I just feel like I could have done more. And the other thing with SWAT too is, it's on-call, you get to the scene, and now you're waiting for something for the events to unfold. Which, a lot of them are dramatic. It could be dramatic or just nothing happens. Now with K-9, the scene is, it's happening now. You have to make the choice, you have to make the decision to act, and everything you do is based on your training and ability and experience. And you're doing it with man's best friend, a dog. So just imagine you're putting your trust behind this tool that is locating the bad guy for you, or even locating a kid, because that's what we use them for too, to like search and rescue. But a lot of times it was for some deployment of a felony suspect that did something violent. And now it's up to your dog to locate that person with you hanging on a leash. So it's just the skill set itself is just extraordinary versus any other thing I learned in law enforcement.
So I always think about a dog in multiple different things. Like I think of a dog with a discipline as a bite dog. I think of a dog as a narcotics dog. I think of the dogs as a search dog. Did you have a dog that could do all of those?
So K-9 Cairo was an apprehension dog, a narcotic dog, and I say a search dog, but at the time I was also given a bloodhound. So I primarily used the bloodhound for searching.
Oh, so you had two dogs.
Yes. So, but at the same time, the apprehension dog can also be used for searching, which I did before the bloodhound. Now, the only downside is you have to be extra cautious with the bite dog because you don't know, if someone, let's just say a missing person falls in the woods or has a diabetic issue, now they're passed out in the bushes somewhere. You have to make sure the dog doesn't go in and bite that person because that's what they're trained to do. To bite not the unknown, but bite what could be concealed away from you. So that was the only fear factor, which I never had a bad bite, so I'm happy about that. But I'm grateful I had the bloodhound because that eliminated that liability to happen. And then the bloodhound picks up the rest as far as like search and rescue or God forbid like a missing kid or something.
I would guess that you kind of like dogs. That's why you got into it, right?
I do. I love dogs, yes.
When you had two dogs, when you had a bite dog and a bloodhound, did they live with you?
They did, yes.
Both of them?
They did, yes.
Did the dogs get along?
Oh, they got along very well. Yeah, they played outside. It was fine. Yeah.
How about, and I didn't ask you this, you have any kids?
I do.
Did you ever worry about the dogs around those kids?
No. So the bite dog wasn't really roaming freely without me being there.
Okay.
So the only time I was out of the cage is if I was there to, observe it. That's one thing we don't want too much of because, God forbid, an accidental bite with a family member. You don't want that at all.
Right.
You can trust a dog all day long, but, God forbid, the kid or a family member did something to cause a dog to bite them. That's something you can't prevent, someone else's actions. So the dog was usually or only out when I was around.